My next guest, Alex Leapai, will face up against Vladimir Klitschko, who is from the Ukraine. He's been one of the longest reigning heavyweight champions ever in the history of the world. 5 world belts will be up for grabs: the WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO, and the Ring Heavyweight Championships. On offer that night. Alex Leapai is one of the men fighting for it. He joins me now. Mr. Leapai, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thanks, Tom, for having me on the show, mate.
No, it's a great pleasure. How do you feel at the moment? Excited, nervous, just getting the job done?
Oh, yeah, I'm just feel normal. I look at this fight as just another fight. I know it's the world heavyweight championship, but Klitschko's another human being too. And look, everybody's got a weakness, and he's got a weakness too. And on April 27, I'm going to expose that weakness.
His nickname is Dr. Steelhammer. Does that sort of name worry you at all?
No, he should be worried about the Lionheart, because,
which is you.
Which is me, because on a night, he's going to feel something that he's never felt in a long time.
Tell me, your path to boxing has been an unusual one. You were born in Samoa, came to Australia when you were young. You played rugby league for a while up in Queensland. To be fair to say, you fell on some bad times. You took drugs for a while. You've been in prison, and yet here you are fighting for the world title. How did that come about?
Well, you said it, Tom. That was me past. And I even had the potential to play NRL. And then I got banned from football, and then all the drugs and alcohol kicked in, and then had nothing else to do. And then look, prison. But in prison, for me, standing in court, and just looking across to see mum and dad, I kind of realised, mum and dad brought us to Australia for good, for good education, good life, and here I'm getting ready to go to jail. That was the turning point. I realised I did something wrong here. I've never seen, mum and dad cry together. I've only seen my dad, but that really broke my heart, and I realised I did something wrong.
How do your parents feel about your boxing career now? Are they excited by it?
Yeah, well, like I've never thought that I'd be fighting for, even my parents. Never thought I'd be fighting for, a world title, but this is the undisputed, and look, I've got the opportunity now just to prove it to the kids and prove it to my parents. We all get knocked down. We all do bad things in life, but we can all change.
You mentioned jail as being a turning point in your life. How long did you have to spend inside?
Well, I did 6 months in there.
6 months.
If I was good in there. If I did the wrong thing in there, I would have had to do my whole 4 years. But I was good in there, and they gave me 6 months. So.
I read that you literally went and punched some bags, and then they put you in a ring to do some sparring, and you essentially knocked out your opponent, who was a Queensland heavyweight boxer. I mean, did you just feel like that boxing was something you were born to do?
Look, it's for me, it was a gift from the man upstairs. Like I said, I've been lucky to give it a second chance, but it just I was shocked, that I had this gift, and I just didn't know. And like all the kids out there, you got something. You just got to find it, you just got to unlock it. So, just don't give up, keep going. You get knocked down, just get up and keep going.
I've watched Vladimir Klitschko fight many times, and he's 61 wins and just 3 losses, 52 of his wins by KO. He stands 6'7", which is tall, obviously. He weighs roughly the same as you do, 110, 113 kilos. You're 6'1". You're going to be at a massive reach disadvantage in the fight. Does that worry you, fighting a much taller opponent?
Nah, it doesn't. Look, I fought a few of the guys taller than Klitschko.
Yeah.
And, I've had 100%, successful rate against those guys, and I feel it's the same. Like I said, look, I look at this guy as just another human being. 2 arms, 2 legs, and a heartbeat. The only thing is he's just a little bit taller than me. But, like I said, once he feels what I've got, he's never been hit by somebody like me. And I feel in the last six years, he hasn't fought anybody with the power that I have. So,
how many rounds are you fighting? Is it 10 rounds in Germany?
No, this fight's going to be for 12 rounds.
12 rounds.
Scheduled for 12 rounds, so it's going to be any of those rounds.
Well, 12 3-minute rounds, plus the time in between rounds, you'll be out there for 45 minutes if it goes the distance. Are you prepared for such a long fight, or do you want to try and finish it early?
Yeah, well, I'm training for 12 rounds. I'm training for 15 rounds.
Right.
That's the way we're training at the moment. And but I'm not looking at this fight going a distance. We're going to Germany. And we need to knock this guy out to be to get a win. So that's the plan. We're going to go there, and if the knockout comes, I'm going for it.
5 heavyweight belts at the same time will be an astonishing achievement. Have you thought about what you would do beyond this fight if you win?
No, look, I just, for me, this the main thing for me is to win this fight, just to prove it to the kids. Like I said, I haven't fought past anything. I haven't thought about what I'm going to do after. My main goal was to win this fight, and I'm just going to focus on that. And whatever happens after, that's whatever happens,
Yeah.
But for me, it's I got to win this fight. I'm so determined to win it for the kids.
You mentioned your kids. How big is your family?
I've got 6 kids.
6 kids?
Yeah, four girls and 2 boys. And look, I just want to be a good role model for them too. And look, they know about my past. And look, I just want to prove it to my kids. You can get knocked down, but you just can't give up. Just keep going. It might not be a sport. It could be a job or something. And they might be good at something, but just keep going at it.
Do your kids worry about you getting in the ring in boxing?
They do. They don't actually watch the fight until the next day.
So they know what the result is.
Yeah. So look, I will be fighting for my kids, and my family and that, and especially for Australian Samoa.
Tommy, in boxing, there's a lot of so-called trash talking before fights and people trying to show themselves as being more aggressive than their opponents. Do you ever feel fear going into a fight? Does that ever cross your mind?
Nah, I've never once gone in a fight, a bit nervous or I just look at these people as just another human being. They're just trying to do their best as well, just to do something good for their lives. For me, I just got to put food on the table for my kids, and that's the way I look at it.
That's a powerful motivator for you.
Yeah, and the only thing that's stopping me is this guy. So he better be ready, mate, because he ain't taking this away from my kids.
Now, Vladimir Klitschko is wealthy. He's a very well-known person in the Ukraine, which has got its own problems at the moment. Do you think he's still hungry enough to meet someone like you? And I mean hungry in a boxing sense.
I hope on a night I fight the Klitschko that's the world champion. The Klitschko that's beating everybody. I hope he's not. He's lost focus because of what's happening in Ukraine. I want to fight the real Klitschko, and I want to prove it to the world that he is the world champion. But on April 27, Australia is going to have a new world champion.
Well, I will very much look forward to seeing that. It's the fight is April 27, as you just heard. It's in Oberhausen, Germany. Obviously, you'll be able to watch it on Foxtel here. Alex Leapai, best of luck. I hope you do win. And just in case you haven't watched it, have a look at South African Corrie Sanders fighting Vladimir Klitschko in 2003. I don't know if you watch fight reels. That one will show plenty of weaknesses on Vladimir Klitschko's behalf.
Yep, no, that's 100%. And like you said, he's been knocked out 3 times, and that's one of them. And look, he'll be facing somebody that hits harder than Corrie Sanders.
Alex Leapai, Samoan-born Australian, faces Vladimir Klitschko in 5 weeks' time. Good luck, Alex.